Hello and welcome back to the Now We Know Show. I'm Zach.
And I'm Buzz.
And in this episode, we are going to be ranking all of the Michael Myers Halloween movies.
Yes, this is a little bonus episode.
Yes. So if you want to hear more about our thoughts on the Halloween movies, visit the Now We Know Show podcast and listen to episode 25.
Right, and what we're doing is we're going to rank 13 movies.
Yes.
Well, 13 is an unlucky number. So should we see if we can do 13 movies in 13 minutes?
We'll see. We're going to start at the beginning, compare them as we go along.
Okay, we've got a pile of movies. We're going to set them out on the shelf here as we go.
So by the end of this, we should know which is our worst and which is our favourite.
There you go. Sounds easy, but is it? Let's find out.
Okay, starting off. Halloween.
1978.
Yep, the original John Carpenter's.
Yep.
Really good.
Number one for me.
Well, we can't compare it to anything yet, so it's just going to go top of the list.
Top of the list, okay. Next.
Halloween 2.
Yay!
Really good sequel, but is it as good as the original?
It's not as good as the original, in my opinion, but that's only because in the original, you would not seen it before in 1978. This was like a stalker with a mask, and he's...
Now, for me, this was actually the film of the Halloween franchise I got on board with it with. This was the first one I properly seen and really understood what it was. So, yeah.
I mean, as you can see, from seeing it and now comparing it to the first one, this one follows on exactly when the first one finished.
Which was really good to see.
Which was, at the time, something you didn't really get to see very often.
And quite gory at times.
Yeah, I mean, they upped it a bit. So, I do like number 2, but it doesn't come in...
Unfortunately, not as good as the first one.
Not as good as the original, in my opinion.
Yep, okay, so there we have it.
Okay, next.
Controversial time. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
That's it.
Now, does this even count as a Michael Myers Halloween film?
It does not count. In my opinion, again, that's what it's all about. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Nothing to do with Michael Myers. At the time I saw it, disappointed, because I was hoping to see yet more Michael Myers. This movie stands out on its own, completely.
Just because it's obscure and doesn't have anything to do with the rest of them.
So you've got to rate it on... Is it a good movie? And frankly, I think it's pants. I just didn't get it. I don't get it. And so that's going down the shelf for the moment.
Short answer, it's not as good as the first two.
No, so we'll leave that on its own for the moment.
Okay, now we're going into tricky territory. The first of the Thorn trilogy.
If you don't know about the Thorn trilogy, go and listen to the other podcast and it'll fill you in.
Okay, so Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Yeah, again, a letdown.
Personally, the preferred one, in my opinion, of the three Thorn trilogy.
Okay.
It's where Michael Myers comes back.
Okay, so yay! At last he's back.
I think it's very bland, but it's the best of the three. So
okay, but it's still going to be below Halloween and Halloween 2.
Yep, I think it's going to go above Halloween 3.
Yeah, Halloween 3, again, an anomaly.
Because it has Michael Myers in it.
Yep.
But below Halloween 1 and 2.
Definitely.
The dreaded Halloween 5.
You summed it up, son. The dreaded. It is just like somebody decided to do a fill-in episode in some kind of soap opera, and there is nothing to the movie, no substance. It's
very non-ish.
Non-ish.
It's just filler. It is filler for the Halloween franchise.
I won't go into details, but you're like left at the end going, what the hell was that about? And why have we got so many unanswered questions?
Personally, I'm thinking below Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I am too.
Okay.
You know, it's pumpkin masks and worms. Beat that.
Okay, on to Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Right.
The finale of the Thorn trilogy.
Yeah, it's certainly better than the previous one.
It's better than Halloween 5.
It tries to explain everything that's happened in the previous 2 movies.
But I don't think it's up to scratch with beating Halloween 3.
I think they kind of overworked it and maybe overthought it.
Yeah, there's so much. It has so many questions that they leave unanswered.
Certainly above Halloween 5, but below Halloween 3.
Yep, okay. Well,
that's in. Oh, they're moving along. Okay, what do we got next?
H2O, Halloween 20 years later.
Yay!
The return of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yay! We get Laurie Strode, the original Laurie Strode, back.
Quite good.
Didn't mind it at all.
The only problem with it is Michael Myers.
Yeah, he is completely and utterly unscary. You can't understand why anybody can't just beat him up. He is so scrawny looking in this movie. He is just not scary at all.
I like the ending, but we'll get on to where that goes with the next one. I think it's going to go...
That will certainly go above Halloween 3, I think.
I'm personally saying it's going to go above Halloween 4.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you've done. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's currently sitting in third place.
That's
okay,
right.
So the sequel, direct sequel to H2O, we have Halloween Resurrection.
Right.
Completely undoes the ending of H2O.
Yeah, this is an odd one.
Even worse, they kill off Laurie Strode in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That is not very nice.
Poor old Jamie Lee Curtis bites the dust.
I mean, it's watchable. It's certainly better than Halloween 5 and 6.
Yeah. This is a difficult one.
It's quite tricky. It's kind of
Would
mid-range.
you put it in the same area as Halloween 4? Or better than Halloween 4?
They tried something new with it, but I'm not necessarily thinking it really stuck the landing.
Okay. I think it's probably, for me, is going to go in above Halloween 4. It's in fourth place as far as I'm concerned, but it ain't great.
It can't be forgiven for the fact that they killed off Laurie Strode.
Yeah, even though the actress, Jamie Lee Curtis, came back and then disappears quite rapidly.
So, completely clean slate. We're now on to Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Nice.
Quite good.
Thought out. Not as good as the original, because it's very difficult.
Well, they try and go back into the backstory, and they explore that a lot more of as to actually why Michael goes a bit crazy.
Although I will say that Michael is ramped up and is far more threatening in this.
That is definitely a plus point for this one.
Yeah. So I am going to certainly now replace Halloween Resurrection and stick in Rob Zombie's.
Please forgive us, we are running out of room slightly.
Rob Zombie is now into fourth place.
Sequel time. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yay! Now I say yay because I really enjoyed this movie when I first saw it.
Personally, I don't necessarily think it works on its own, but as sequels go, I actually prefer this to the first one. I
preferred it to the first Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is incredibly unstoppable in this.
Oh yeah, he flips a car at one point.
Flips a car. He is a Viking-style Michael Myers.
It's crazy. He's huge.
He is huge. The only bit of this that really kind of falls flat for me is they tended to go into this kind of dream sequence area that didn't really work for me. But as far as the action is concerned and the threat level, yeah, that one is
definitely a good sequel.
Yeah, I'm going to be a controversial here. For me, I prefer that to H2O.
Ooh. Okay.
What about you? H2O, the thing is, Michael's not threatening enough.
Now, that is a good point, because I was kind of vying towards going below H2O, but for that very purpose that you've just explained.
I laughed at H2O.
H2O's Michael Myers, by comparison, is nothing.
Could we put them... I mean, I'd say H2O is probably the better...
It's the better story. But
is it going to take third place, or is it...
For the depiction of Michael Myers in this one, I'm thinking...
That's what Halloween's all about, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I think it's got to go into third.
I'm thinking third place.
Okay, so you're going to drop that one into third and pushes H2O into fourth.
So, next we're on to Halloween 2018.
Right, now this is the rebirth.
Yes, this is a direct sequel to the original.
So we can now scrap all the other Halloween movies because this movie is Halloween 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode.
Very much so.
So this follows on from Halloween, the original movie, and ignores completely Halloween 2.
To be honest, I think this is second place worthy.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, she does the old Sarah Connor in the later Terminator movies where she, has upped the ante.
Oh, yes, very much so, because she's set traps, she's got gun ranges, and she really kicks ass.
Yeah, so for the fact that it is technically the reimagined number 2, definitely, I'm putting that into number 2 as well.
Brilliant.
So that pushes Halloween 2, the original, into third place.
Followed by Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
There you go. Where are we now?
So we are in the middle of the new trilogy of Halloween films that has just come out, Halloween Kills.
Right.
Now this one, they ramped up the action and the gore tenfold.
Again, it is a filler story though.
That is true.
Yeah, it carries on from the last movie and leaves you hanging.
It leaves it hanging. It leaves it very open-ended, I feel.
See, I mean, up the ante on the action, brought the whole of Haddonfield community into the movie. Wasn't kind of my thing, that one.
Yeah, if you're in it for the action, very much so. Very good. If you're not in it for the action, maybe not for you.
Difficult call on this one.
Now, personally, I think it's kind of towards the higher end of this ranking.
Mm-hmm. How do you think it marks up to, say, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
Personally, I think I'd prefer to see Halloween Kills.
I would concur because I didn't agree with the dream sequences in Rob Zombie's, which kind of stole it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pop that one in. So that is now taken the 4th place.
Okay, so our final entry.
Yay!
Halloween Ends. We don't currently have the DVD/Blu-ray/4K.
It's only just come out in the cinema.
Yes.
But we have seen it.
We went to watch it. And
no spoilers.
If you want to find out the spoiler-free review of this, please go and listen to episode 25 of the Now We Know Show podcast.
So, Halloween Ends. It is the end.
Supposedly, the end.
It could be the end. Go and watch the movie. Make your own mind up.
Okay, where do we think this stacks up?
Not as good as Halloween Kills.
Yeah, it's not as good as the new ones. I think it's probably the weakest of the new trilogy.
Mm-hmm. But does it rank to Halloween 2 Rob Zombie?
I think the major problem is the fact that it's lacking a lot of Michael Myers.
I thought it was good, but not great. So, in fact, because of the downgraded amount of Michael Myers in it, I've got to push that back into 6th place.
Yep, so where's that stack?
That's going to go behind Halloween 2 Rob Zombie, but in front of H2O.
I think that's reasonable, yeah.
Okay, so listeners, let's look at our lineup. Our rankings are in 13th place...
Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers.
12th place...
Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
11th place...
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
10th...
Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
9...
Halloween Resurrection.
8...
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
7...
H2O, Halloween 20 Years Later.
6...
Halloween Ends.
5...
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
4...
Halloween Kills.
3...
The original Halloween 2.
2...
Halloween 2018.
And in first place, the original, the one,
best,
the only...
John Carpenter's Halloween.
Starring Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. And there you have it, listeners.
That is our ranking of all of the Michael Myers Halloween films. How do you think that went?
I think it went well.
I'd like to do another one of these.
Yes, we shall have to do it.
If anyone has any suggestions for other films or franchises they'd like to see rankings of, please, if you have any suggestions, comment below.
I feel a Friday the 13th coming on.
Oh, yeah! Nightmare on Elm Street.
Could do.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of topics or activities you'd like to listen to in future episodes.
That's a scary pumpkin head goodbye from Buzz.
And that's goodbye from Zach.
Goodbye.